Welcome back to another episode of School of Life. This is season 1, episode 2. Just to show you really can consolidate your efforts. Back-to-back videos. And I learned with the growth mindset from the last video, I think having some fish in the ocean stuff will be cooler up here in this corner, you know? Anyways, so today we're going to talk about 7 responsibilities for every artist or entrepreneur. You may be thinking, what the hell are you talking about? And I understand. But let me just go over them. This is not just advice from me. This is advice from an NFL winning coach. You know, it's something recommended by someone who actually works at my job, who's in management. And they were just like, hey, anyone want to read this book? And you know me, I like reading books. So I was like, yeah, for sure. And there was something that really stuck with me. And I switched it to apply to artists and entrepreneurs. I barely changed anything. Okay. I'm going to tell you those 7 responsibilities for every artist and entrepreneur. Really, for anyone who's... Okay, listen. Number 1. Have fun, work hard, and enjoy the journey. I mean, that's beautiful, right? That sounds corny, but have fun, work hard, enjoy the journey. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's where I think a growth mindset really connects with me, because I can enjoy the whole process of learning. This is why I want to be making music, because I like doing it. I like putting fish here and talking to you, whoever's listening right now, about some things I care about. You know, I like connecting with people. I want to grow a community, and I don't want to just be, you know, doing my thing at 9 to 5 for something that I'm really just doing. I'm working to live instead of living to work. I want to live to work. Have fun, work hard, enjoy the journey. Okay, 2. Show respect for every person you have contact with. It's a great idea. I mean, I think you can break this a little bit if you're trying to if you're like messing around and you're having fun, but it's still got to be respectful, right? To disrespect someone is just a bad move online, as a person in general. As someone who's trying to grow a brand, to be like disrespectful to other people. Now, with that in mind, see, this is the one caveat. If you look at like Tupac, he disrespected like the East Side, and it got him a lot of attention. Of course, he also died. Rest in peace, Tupac, for real. So I don't know, but like there might be a time to do it if it's like advertising, and it's like people might be a little bit aware of it. Maybe it's like the thing to do. But I think when you're like the people you're working with, for what you want to do, like you're really working with them, they're connecting with them, you gotta be respectful. That's just good practice. Okay, 3. Oh yeah, and this is like respect. I don't know, there's a difference between like letting people walk on you and having respect for them and still communicating your boundaries. So they gotta be respectful too. Okay, it's just like good communication. If you make a song with someone, you don't want to drop it, you can still respectfully tell them, hey man, like it's not coming out. But you don't got to be like, hey man, like you're horrible. You know what I mean? Like you can do it respectfully. Number 3, put the business first. Artists who work need to identify and address their ego before and after making art via a growth mindset to create a growing community, business, and most importantly, an art resume. Put the business first. You can't be in your head about this stuff. You can't make a song you hate and think, I'm terrible, I'm never gonna make it. If you want to be successful, if you want to be like, that's a responsibility you have, to put the business first. Now, if you just want to make art and you just want to have fun, you don't need to put the business first. But if you wanted to have it as something that's supporting you, you got to think about this as like, okay, how am I going to get to that point? And you got to work your way towards it in a way that's genuine to you. But if you put the business first, it lets you kind of come up with ideas and be creative in the path towards money and the path towards being able to support yourself through what you're doing. So for example, like one way I put the business first is by making these tutorials and live streaming my music. You know, if I just wanted to make music, I could sit in my room and I could just be making it. But to be honest, when I post it, I don't know who's really gonna like listen. Who's gonna be like, man, this guy Rain, he's hard. Maybe there'll be people, but there's also like other things about putting the business first. Like maybe I need to go and make music videos for this stuff, but that's like really expensive and I don't have a lot of people listening right now. So maybe if I could gather a community together and I could have music that people care about, then a music video would make sense as a business, right? But not right now as much. And my like the lack of quality is like obvious. When I see a good music video, I'm watching it. When I see some of my music videos, I'm like, man, this could use some work, right? But I still have to spend hours on it. So it doesn't make much sense to put hours towards it when I could be developing myself as an artist. But to be making this YouTube video here, and like you could be connecting with this stuff that I'm learning, I want to share. It just feels very like natural as a business and as someone that I am. So put the business first. Identify and address your ego before, during, and after making art with a growth mindset to create a growing business, community, and art resume for yourself. Okay, number 4, do your job. It is defined, but you must always be prepared for it to change. That makes, shoot, right now my job is to be in this, uploading some stuff on like TikTok, making YouTube videos, streaming. But if I got to a point where my new job was going to be something more like working in a professional studio and I couldn't be doing live streaming, then that would be one thing. But I kind of like the live streaming nature right now. I think it'd be really fun. Anyways, I'm kind of overthinking it. I'm just saying it could change. I have to be prepared for it to change. What I'm doing right now is not going to be the same as always. And I'm doing monthly check-ins with myself, quarterly check-ins, yearly check-ins, and at points when I'm checking in and thinking, okay, is this like the good use of my time? Should I be changing how I'm doing it? And I'm really just doing my best to be moving forwards. That's where I have potential to change. But right now, I know what my job is, and it's to be making music. That's why I don't want to be spending a ton of time on this stuff. And I feel like I need to be a good artist first and foremost for music to matter, and an aspect that could support me. So that means just doing my job. That means not procrastinating. That means not wasting my time. And I'll make mistakes, right? But I'll try to learn from them as best I can and keep moving forwards. Okay. Number 5, appropriately handle hits and flops. Adulation, which is, I had to look it up because I didn't know what adulation means. Over the top flattery, excessive admiration or praise. Okay, so appropriately handle hits and flops, adulation, and humiliation. Do not get too high in victory, too low in defeat. Be the same person every day. And that comes back to just doing your job, just working. And when you do well, when you do bad, just continuing to work. A fixed mindset says like, oh, I made it a nice thing, I'm going to keep making nice things. But the growth mindset's always about learning, always about pushing yourself, even when you're doing well. And it also helps you keep that humbleness, that respect, just to keep going, keep working. Number 6, understand that all your organizational decisions aim to make your art and entrepreneurship self better, stronger, and more efficient. And that's like so true. All my organizational decisions right now as like a content creator are towards making art. Like right now I can't go in a studio and just rap. I have to be there like messing with the audio, I have to get beats and like maybe remake them in order for me to put them on Spotify, etc. But you see some of the bigger people and they're like just rapping and they're also able to do other stuff. If they're making a music video, they're just showing up and someone else is recording and they've got the budget for it, right? That's why we're trying to be working and moving forwards and growing so that I can do more with it. And that's going to help the art a lot. And as an artist, if you're an artist right now listening, or an entrepreneur, I'm sure you know how much thought has to go into everything, and you're like by yourself with it. So I think there's a secret little one about getting a team together, but your team, it just isn't going to be hinging. You can't have yourself hinging on other people in order to be moving forwards, but you can have people around you that help you move forwards, if that makes sense. So that's where like you gotta have some room for growth in this stuff and being flexible. Okay, finally, 7, have a growth mindset. Use positive language, both verbal and body language. Having a positive mindset helps so much. David Goggins is this guy who does insane stuff. He'll run hundreds of miles, like 240 miles in a race, while recently having injuries on. You know what I mean? He really pushes himself, and he showed this demonstration of pretty much if you're thinking negatively and you have to do something hard, like him pushing down this random audience member's arms. He's thinking positively, he can like resist it a little more. But then he had him like start thinking about something traumatic in his life. And then he had him think about it for like 30 seconds. He's like, okay. And then he tried, and it was much easier to push his arms down. And he was making a point. I felt weird watching it, like this audience member trauma, like I don't know what he's thinking about, what's his positive stuff. But the idea is when you think about something good, positive, you're staying positive, you're moving forwards, you're doing, I think it was like 3 times better than when you're thinking about something negatively. Your body, physically, emotionally, is going to just be worn down and have a hard time doing well. So having a positive body language and attitude, like just all the way, is going to help you move forward. It's going to help you learn. And I say having a growth mindset in there, because that's what really helps me. feel like, I've got this stuff. Like, I can have fun doing this. I can have fun making mistakes. I could make a song for 6 hours and I could decide that it's garbage and I could throw it away. I could work on a beat for 3 hours on a song that I like and say this is still worse than the original, and that's okay because I'm learning, and I hope I'm having fun the whole time. I don't ever want to be in here like hating it every second. Like, maybe it's not the thing for me if I can't find a way to love it. Obviously not every day is just gonna be like super fun, you're super motivated. But it's also like, that's a fixed mindset. Maybe you could be every day. Maybe you could just be enjoying it. You ever see those people that are like, how's work? And they're like, oh man, it's not work if you love what you're doing. And those people are chiropractors. So like, I said that to a chiropractor. He said, it's not work if you love what you're doing. And you know that guy's waking up and going to work and working, having a lunch break and working more every day for a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but he loves it, and I like doing this too. I feel excited right now. But like last night, oh my gosh, I was scared to get in here and make this YouTube video. Like, I don't know, scared might be the wrong word, but it's probably the right word. And I was just like trying to do everything I could to avoid it, but I'm here I am. You know what I'm saying? Growth mindset. I didn't let that be like a failure. Like, man, I can't do this. Just kept pushing, and now it's been fun. I don't know. There's gonna be more stuff you gotta figure out, but these are 7 responsibilities for every artist and entrepreneur. I'm gonna hold this up so that you can read it, because I don't really want to write this all out, but you can just screenshot this or something if you want to have an easier time with it. Oh man, this is hard. Well, I hope you got it. 7 responsibilities for every artist entrepreneur. Boom. And there it is. Episode 2. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna hit the stop recording button just like before. Peace, love, and peace.